Okay, so as I'm shuffling this deck, I get this feeling like someone's trying really hard to keep it together. Like keeping a calm face on the outside, but underneath there's something else brewing. Maybe it's frustration, maybe some mistrust. Maybe you're just exhausted from pretending that everything is fine when in reality it isn't. So I'm gonna draw these three cards. So we have our challenger card, our mirror card, and our helper card. And let's take a look at all of these. Okay. So wow, okay. So these three together are quite intense. And this reading feels like it's got a lot to do with boundaries, emotional control, maybe even trust. And I think we're diving into a theme of emotional integrity, being honest with yourself and others about what you really feel, even when it's complicated or inconvenient, especially when it challenges who you think you should be. So let's start with our challenger card, which is the Queen of Swords right here. And just a reminder, the challenger card represents a challenge that you're facing in your life right now. So the Queen of Swords here is coming in with that razor sharp clarity. She's no nonsense. She's been through it all, and she's not interested in sugarcoating anything anymore. But here's the thing. As a challenge, this card suggests that you might be struggling to let your guard down. The Queen of Swords is someone who's learned to protect herself through logic, reason, and distance even. She knows how to detach when things get messy. But that detachment can also make her feel cold and alone. So maybe you've been in that space lately where you're kind of analyzing everything and cutting through all of the BS that's happening. You know, you're keeping people at arm's length, but it's like you're afraid that if you let emotion in, it'll cloud your judgment, or even worse, it'll make you vulnerable. And that hyper rationale, guarded stance, it might be keeping people and experiences out that could actually help you. So you've got a really strong mind, but it's not meant to be a fortress. So let's move on to the mirror card, and this reflects your current reality. And here we have the King of Serpents. And the King of Serpents is someone who's stable, reliable, maybe even successful, but he's also deeply connected to his values. So there's a strong sense of emotional intelligence here, but it's not loud. It's kind of that quiet, calm, and mature emotional intelligence. So what this tells me is that despite the Queen of Swords energy challenging you, deep down you want that grounded emotional steadiness. You want to feel secure both financially and emotionally. You want to be the person who can be generous without being taken advantage of. You want to be trusted and to be able to trust. And you want to build something that lasts. You don't just want to survive. But you might be so focused on maintaining appearances or keeping control that you're not allowing yourself to just be. So this King of Serpents, it doesn't control through fear or logic. He leads through this presence by being rooted. And I think that's what your soul is craving right now. Not more plans or analysis, but this presence, stillness, and integrity even. So here now comes the twist with the Helper card. And this card is what's going to help you the most right now. And that is the Seven of Swords. So this is kind of a sneaky card and one that makes everybody sit up and Say, uh-oh, but hear me out, because this card isn't just about deception or theft or getting away with something. It's about strategy. It's about knowing when to speak up and when to move in silence. And sometimes it's about being honest with yourself about where you've been dishonest, or where someone around you might be saying one thing but doing another. So here's what I'm seeing with it. The Seven of Swords is kind of encouraging you to take this real inventory of your current environment. Who are you giving your trust to? Who are you letting close? Why are you letting them close? Is there someone, maybe even you, who's been pretending things are fine when they're not? So really sit and think with this for a minute and write it down on a piece of paper, in your phone, on your computer, wherever, and just take 5 minutes and try to answer these questions. So all in, let's tie all of these cards together. So you've got the Queen of Swords challenging you. She's guarding your heart, maybe a little too much. Then you've got the King of Serpents showing up as your reflection. And this is who you really are underneath all of that armor. You want depth, you want to build something lasting, but you've also been protecting yourself from letting anyone see that soft center of yours. And then you've got the Seven of Swords, and it's kind of like a little wake-up call. And it's not to say that you're doing something wrong, but it's saying to you more like, stop pretending. It's time for you to be real. Stop playing it safe and start playing smart. So overall, this reading feels like it's calling you into emotional leadership. And it's not just knowing your truth, but living it. So even if that means having uncomfortable conversations with your partner, or walking away from things that don't align, or letting someone see the real you underneath your sharp and polished exterior. And I want you to remember, it's okay to be strong, but it's also okay to be soft. And the people who deserve you, they're going to see both sides of that, and they're going to love you all the more for it. So overall, the question here becomes, where are you being too careful? And what could you change if you were just a little bit braver?